Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back. It's this way. Okay. Hi. This one? Yeah. So, did I say welcome back? Whatever. Hi. Welcome to the first video on my channel in probably a long time. And what we're going to be doing today is kind of starting a new series. I'm going to put down survival for a little bit because of reasons. I'll leave it at that for now. Actually, there are some actual reasons for this. I'll probably go into them as the series progresses. I kind of like this area. This is a good seed. Anyway, so I spent some time looking for a seed to start this series on. I really like this seed. Like, this is going to make a really cool build, I think. Oh yeah, this is going to make an awesome build. Oh yeah, this is going to be a good build. This is going to be a really good build. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm also going to announce a few things. First thing I want to talk about is this series. This is going to be called, I'm going to call it the evolution of a village or a town or whatever. And the whole purpose of this series, I'm going to set day, night, false? Whatever. I'll just set it to day for now. I'll probably set the actual time later. I may turn the day-night cycle on later, but... Oh, god damn it. Stupid auto jump. Why is it even a thing? Done. I'm actually going to set it on peaceful, as there's no reason. I'm just going to take this stuff. Since it's, survival, it's not going to be, since it's not going to be survival, I don't really need to worry. But we're going to start with this village and the idea that, how it grows up. So, like how a town would progress from, being, a tiny little village like this into, I'd say a decent sized, town. So, probably, up to those hills, in this valley, I'll say. Or, yeah, we can call it a valley because there's a peak there and there's some, hilly terrain over here and all that. Why is there a float? Oh, that's probably not a float. Yeah, exactly. We'll go ahead and call this a valley. So it actually was a floating block. Now so yeah. Also, escape options, video settings. Nope, that's not it. Resource packs. Yep. Done. Sorry about that. I completely forgot that I wanted to use a resource pack. Aha, because I like resource packs. Here you go. Done. Back. Ah, so much better. Oh. Well, I am going to go ahead and grab all this jazz. Thank you, wolves. Also, there are a lot of sheep. That's actually good for this because we're probably going to put a farm somewhere. So, what would, some multi-person actually... I'm going to go ahead and grab a door, and we're going to... That's actually a nice door. Middle click it. It's only an oak door, whatever. And what we're going to do is we're going to put doors on the buildings that don't have them, because every house should probably have a door. Let's be honest here. If a house didn't have a door, that'd be a little silly. And like I said, we're gonna, evolve this. But okay, let's get rid of that. So the first thing that would probably happen in this is they would probably build a tower of some sort. We're gonna go ahead and use local materials. And I'm actually gonna keep this stuff on me, because also, thank goodness I still have my skin. And this would probably be where whoever is the wealthiest in town would, build, I guess, or we'll just call it, I guess, a watchtower, I guess, is the best thing, or we'll go ahead and put it up here first, because it's closer to the town. I'm also going to burn this. And it's under materials, isn't it? Miscellaneous, no, tools. Yep, it's a tool. But we're just going to burn these trees down. On the top of this hill. I'm not going to put it up there. We're just going to put this here, because this would probably be where like the first building would go, or first new building, we'll call it. And that's about as much as honestly would probably be needed to be burned down. Oh, I should probably light this candle too. And what else are we going to need? I guess, no, actually we're going to need to use iron bars for this, because you wouldn't want glass in something like this. Oh, I don't need two of these, ha. Actually, speaking of, Smith would probably have an anvil. We're going to go ahead and give him an anvil, which I'm honestly surprised. Well, I like that they now have a working block here, but they should have anvils, honestly. I actually like the new village building design. That's nice. That's nice. And I'll worry about, adding light sources, later. Okay, so now that this is done getting destroyed, we're going to go ahead and clear out this. Get this one out of the way. There we go. There we go. Man, when I said light the candle, I almost made an Archer reference. And honestly, you're going to be a little surprised at this, but we're going to use spruce and oak. Because there's oak and spruce in the area, I figured that's probably what would get used. And we're actually going to put this up. And let's grab the various blocks. Also, we should probably use cobble as well. And where are my oak slabs? I'm going to assume that spruce will be like the wall material. Now, the reason why I'm putting it on this hill as opposed to that mountain is I'm going to use that mountain later. Just because I have a feeling that... would they really... Yeah, this would probably be where you would put your first building, I guess, or your first, I don't want to call it time set day. I guess we'll call it like a tower house, I guess is the best word for it. We're also going to slightly drop the level of this just so we have as much space to work with as possible. And let's also, I was going to look weird, but we're going to grab fence posts. And where are my trapdoors? I'll worry about banner later. Seriously, where am I oh, it's under redstone. Good gravy, it's been a while. What else did I need? We'll go ahead and grab a spruce log as well. And torch. Again, I'll be taking care of specifics with that later. Whoops. I'll just keep that there just in case I derp something up. Oh, hi, wolf. Okay, so what we have is this little space here, and wow, I've already wasted 11 minutes. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here, and I will, generally speaking, prepare stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There we go. And then I guess we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I'm doing this for a very specific reason. There we go. And then I guess I will include, yeah, I guess we'll include this area. That's the 5th one. Do like the progression of that. So we've got that. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out. Also, either way. But this would more than likely be the first, you know, do I call it a building stage? And wow, I even screwed. Can I just not count? It's 4. That's 5 though. 4. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kick these out a little. Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to kick these out 1. There we go. I'm using oak specifically for this part. There we go. Yep, and that is actually correct. Except I also screwed that part up because that needs to be there, and I decided to be a huge derp. So yeah, the plan for this series is each episode is going to cover, you know, a specific, this is kind of the first part of it where I introduce the series and all that jazz, you know, good stuff. So this is kind of what we have for our first little building. Not terrific, as a matter of fact. Like I said, this is kind of a small little thing, but it's to be kind of understood. And what you want to do, I'll probably show this in stages. Because it's important to show all this. You know, and like I said, this would probably belong to the wealthiest person in town, or who said, well, I'm going to build up on the hill, and, you know, since I'm the wealthiest, you know, I'm just going to pay you guys to, you know, do stuff for me. I'll hire a bunch, I'll make a bunch of you, you know, so a few, those of you fighting age, you know, you guys will work for me. You guys can, you know, do fields and stuff, but I'll keep you guys paid. And, you know, he'd probably have them enforce stuff in the town and collect taxes so he'd get wealthier and stuff like that, right? Also, wasn't I gonna... Yeah. Okay, so this would kind of be like the entryway, the foyer area. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is because I think it'll look nice. That's really the only reason why I'm doing this. And actually, you'll kind of see the reason why I chose it to do it like this specifically. Because I need to grab this real quick. As soon as I get to like a flat part, I guess this will do. Yeah, there we go. And let's put this here for a second. There we go. And put this here, and let me grab a shovel. We'll go ahead and use this for now. And I'm going to quickly build a path over there. And typically, you know, the paths wouldn't look too rough, you know, coming off of, you know, a thing like this. Like, the path would be very, very well used, right? And you know, we'd want to, you know, get out of the way, Wolf. And of course, you'd want it to hook up with the pathing in the town, because how else is he going to get to and from where, you know, he makes his money? Wow, Wolf loves me. Go figure. So the reason why I'm gonna leave this, you know, a lot of stuff is because, well, I don't really enjoy talking about this, but, you know, a few months ago I kind of became single again, which is not something I really like talking about for, well, I'm gonna say obvious reasons, but it was kind of something that is not something you want to have happen to you, but, you know, it happens. There we go. There we go. And so now we have a path from, you know, the town all the way up here. And now when we go inside, you know, this first level, I probably should have just gotten, you know, straight up full blocks. This first level probably would have, you know, this stone floor, right? And you can already tell just how cramped this is. But that's okay. Remember, this is just, you know, the wealthiest house in town. So this is less cramped than a lot of the other houses. And as a bonus, it'll actually have different rooms and even, you know... Okay, so we want the door here. And notice it has stone floor instead of, you know... So this is actually, by, you know, by their standards, a really nice house. A stairway up to a second level would probably go here. We'll just put it up here for now. And we're going to put that like that, that like that, that like that. And this is where I'm going to determine. I like using 3 high, you know. So what I'm actually going to do is build those pillars up. I don't want to make it, you know, I don't want to make this thing too high. Too high. In this video, this part of it will be a little bit longer because stuff. Well, also I'm explaining stuff. And like I said, this. Okay, so. Did I get the stairs for this? Because that might have been a smart thing to do. So I'm going to be using oak for the roof, obviously. Okay. Ooh, and my hand decided to get those tingly stuff, so that happened. And no, I actually didn't. Okay, so here we go, here we go, here we go. Spruce wood stairs. Now what I'm going to do is, whoops, I'm going to inset that. Do I have a door? Actually, let's go to the redstone doors. Which is a door that I actually want to use? Let's use the spruce door. Did the spruce door change or did it stay? No, the spruce wood door stayed the same, but I actually like it. I think it does match with this. It would probably look something similar to this. Now, here's where we're going to be busting out the windows. Did I? No. Okay, that's actually correct. And do I want to put them on the... Yeah, actually, I'm going to do this on the outside. You know, you don't have to do this, but it does kind of look nicer than just, you know, straight up, you know, having the flat, you know, whatevers. Having the thing be flat. I think it looks a lot nicer. And there's actually a reason why we're using iron bars with this, is because windows are not necessarily the nicest things in the whole wide world. Well, when I say nicest things in the whole wide world, windows were exceedingly expensive, and you know, most people probably couldn't afford to have windows, and this is including the wealthy. Let's see, how high is it going to be? We need to have 3, and I like my floors to be at a certain level, so it's going to be 3.5. Again, it's just a measurement I like to use. And this will actually tell us about how much floor space we're going to have. Okay, so then we put that there, and we've got that, and I probably am going to grab some lighting for this. Okay, let's see how. Okay, so that actually needs to be gone. So there we go. And let me grab the torch. And don't worry guys, I'll be hiding these later. So what I want to do is that the wall is probably going to be here, so it's probably going to look like this. And because that's actually going to, oops, God, well, wouldn't be a video of mine without a mess up like that. Actually just gonna leave that there, I think. Yeah. Because, yeah. There we go. I know it's a small room, but it could honestly be a lot worse. There we go. And, you know, as much as I want to say you want to hide the lighting, so, you know, this is the room you got, and then I'll worry about furnishing it for the next one, but for the next episode, and I'll show you that when that happens. I just want to finish this because the episode is getting long and late. So typically on these, I'll show you in that episode, I'll show you what the next step would be, because, you know, you'd want to protect the house, right? But anyway, so believe it or not, you know, the roof would start pretty low on this. Because, you know, this is a top level, and, you know, you can't be having too much craziness now, right? There we go. And I'm actually going to leave that there because, you know, that would actually be, you know, if you were to fill that up, that'd be wasted space. I mean, that's prime storage space. Now, of course, some areas, you know, you're going to, for example, there at the room division, use that. But all this other stuff, you got to use that space as much as possible, right? So, of course, there you go. And like I said, no wasted space here. Now, of course, maybe you want to have it peaked in this direction as well, but for the sake of just making this easy, we're going to. But, you know, what you're looking at here is just, you know, fairly typical house design. I'm not going to say for a certain period, but, you know, this is slightly more elaborate, would definitely cost, you know, a decent amount more than, say, one of those houses, like, whatever, right? Like, if you were to purchase it, but, like, back then, that didn't exactly happen. There was no such thing as a real estate market back in the, you know, I'll go ahead and call this early Bronze Age, you know. And this is where you realize, you know, just how insanely small. The other thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put that there because you need all the space you can get. Go. There we go. And, you know, this house would probably hold, you know, one family, and you'll realize just how small this place is and how it would be incredibly cramped. Like, I would not want to raise a family in this place, but, you know, back in, you know, we'll call it, you know, ancient times, you know, this would be incredibly comfortable living. Like, this probably has about as much true living space as my apartment. But, you know, back then, back in those times, that'd be, you know, incredibly well off. And we're actually going to put that there. Well, I probably should have left that there. Oh, and one thing I should probably put... I'm trying to think of the best thing to use for this. To simulate for a lantern. We'll go ahead and use an oven. Because... I'm sorry, a furnace. Because that would probably be what would set the warmth, is something akin to a furnace, and it would set it in the entire house. You know, you would have to use the furnace to warm the entire house and keep it stoked and all that. Probably going to put one torch there and another torch there. Now, you'd use lanterns and stuff like that, but, you know, and see, this is actually a decent amount of space, right? And this would be, you know, we'll go ahead and call him, you know, the Lord's house, right? Person in charge of this village, this is his house. You know, it's pretty nice. You know, if I'm sitting here, you know, in the village, you know, that's nice. And, you know, I'd want to be in that place, but, you know, he has all the wealth and, you know, he has the soldiers and stuff, right, to control everything. And, you know, he put it in a prominent location near to town. You go up to there and, you know, what you get is what you get. You can sit here and be happy with it. Well, he can. I'm not sure if you would. And it's pretty steep. It's really only, you know, you need to only worry about people maybe trying to take your shit from this direction and from the town. You know, the typical angry mob. You know, you don't have too many ingress points in this house. I can actually put in a window here, which I'm going to go ahead and do. Oop. Nope, that is not going to work. Not for the bottom one. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Okay. Decided to add another window just because. So yeah, that is kind of, you know, probably the first addition in a town would be is, you know, the wealthiest person to say, you know, I want to live a little bit farther away from the town, and also I want to live in a nicer house than everybody else. The only house that really, you know, compares is this one right here, which has that awkward. I'll fix that as well. I'll definitely fix that because that's a little awkward. And I'm not really going to touch these houses, at least not in the immediate time, I guess is the best way to call it. One of the things, but what I will do is way. Get out of here. I will fix this because it's annoying me. Because of course it's annoying me. I'm not OCD in any way, I swear to God. There we go, just make it look somewhat pretty, I guess is the best way to do it. And I'll clean up a lot of stuff around the town just to make it look nice, because sometimes towns and villages in Minecraft just kind of look ugly, like in their random generated, you know, whatever. I do like how the path blocks, you know, become light near other pathing blocks. Okay. So, anyway, guys, thank you for watching so much, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. Bye.